Bam. Sweet. Is there anything else here? I better get going, consider your voice acting skills, though. Enjoy your stream. I am Chartles. You take care, Reggie Bump. We will meet again when a Midbus battle will unfold. On an angry dip of many layers on the chips of wildest dreams. Anyway, I remember during your childhood, Oak asking the player if he's a boy or a girl was a meme everyone laughed about. With Twitter, it became reality. Yeah. My opinion on the whole matter is, like, you can identify as, like, whatever the heck you want to identify as. But, you know, if somebody, like, accidentally misgenders you, like, don't freaking treat them like an awful piece of crap if it was, like, an actual accident. Like, if they're going out of their way to, like, harass you and be like, I refuse to call you by that, yada yada, stuff like that, then it's like, okay, now they're being a jerk. But if somebody actually freaking, you know, makes a legitimate freaking mistake and it's like, oh my goodness, you're like the worst part of society, it's like, come on, stop, you know. That's the way that I see that. Like, identify however you want. If you let me know that this is a way that you identify, it's like, okay, yeah, that's what I'll do then. I'll refer to you in that way. But if I make a mistake misgendering something, I know what it's like to be misgendered. I had long hair growing up, not quite this long, but I did have long hair for a guy growing up. So before puberty, when everyone's voices change and whatnot, before I got like the deeper voice I have now, freaking, I swear, more often than not, teachers always assumed that I was a girl. What the heck is going on over there? But I never got in like that big of a fuss about it. I was just like, oh, I'm a guy, by the way, and teacher would be like, okay, freaking problem solved. Like, there was nothing wrong about that. It was freaking disaster averted. Nothing came about it. But now with the freaking state of, oh, there's a golden chest over there. State, you see, with things like Twitter, it's like, what the hell, you know? But yeah, I know what it's like to be misgendered, and I freaking never really cared, quite frankly. was never really that much of an issue, is the thing. I'm not 100% certain how I feel about, like, the freaking, you know, new terms that people make all the time. Like, I understand, like, the, you know, basic terms that freaking everybody knows and whatnot, but I'm not sure how I feel about, you know, the situations with, like, all the stuff that people made up. I think that there's, like, wikis where you can find, like, here's the list of, like, the bazillion different genders and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, I guess if somebody does tell me that, like, that's how they want to be identified, it's like, okay, I guess I'll do that, but, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're doing something, if you're trying to identify as a gender that you feel like uniquely identifies you as a person that is, like, so uniquely you, then it's just an attempt to be unique, an attempt to stand out and to be special in a way, is what I feel like. And so I don't know about the freaking thingamabobs that are like wikis of like, here's a freaking bazillion terms that are all these very specific cases that are like, so I don't know how I feel about those. I'm even saying stuff like this like I am right now. If the wrong person freaking sees this and goes to Twitter, I'd be freaking canceled so fast. But yeah, accidentally misgender a grocery store employee helping us at checkout as your child mind could not comprehend the fact that men can have long hair. Yeah, it's definitely not like a standard that, you know, it's not commonplace for a lot of men to have long hair. I was misgendered as a child all the time. And I would just tell the teachers, hey, I'm a guy. And it's like, okay, there. Never really have to worry about that again. But yeah, also language only works if everyone knows what you're referring to. If only 5 people understand you, it's not a useful method of communication. That's a point that I wanted to put into words better. I wasn't sure how to put it into words. That's a good way of putting it there. Like, if you're like, I'm fine with people identifying as, like, whatever they want within, like, what's commonplace. But if you're coming up with stuff that is, like, unique to you and is a term that you've made up in, like, a bid to be, like, unique and stand out and feel special and not, you know, be part of the crowd and whatnot, when it's a term that, like, nobody else knows, then it's, you know, getting into the point where it's, like, actually straight up inconveniencing others to try and figure out what the heck your standards are just for this thingamabob that you made up, you know? or that you feel like uniquely suits you is what I feel like. And what I also really don't like is when people try to like, you know, put these things into like, you know, actual legal documents, like things like a passport or like actual identification. That's like the commonplace way that we like base our society, actually trying to completely restructure everything. And it's like, do we really need to? So brother recently told me he's trans and wanted to cut his hair due to it. Then told him that indeed men can have long hair and show you as an example. Awesome. Freaking sweet. Long-haired guys are where it's at. I wish there was freaking more long-haired guys in video games, is what I honestly wish. Like, one of the games that we played last year, I almost said this year, man, time flies, was Tales of Vesperia, and the hero of that game, Yuri, was a guy with long hair. And I freaking loved that. I was like, yes, a dude with long hair, awesome. I love long-haired guys. And what really sucks is that there's like a lot of games out there where if you can play as like a male or female character and like customize them a bit, a lot of the time the female character option will usually have like hair options like closer to my actual hair than the male character in a lot of games. Like one example of that is Pokemon Sword and Shield, where in Pokemon Sword and Shield, the female trainer straight up has more hair options that are like closer to my hair than the freaking male trainer did. Which freaking sucks. Why couldn't they both just have like the same pool of options? Just like combine their hair options into the same collective pool, you know? Like, yeah, we need more Sephiroths. I absolutely agree. We need more media portrayals of freaking long-haired guys, short-haired gals. Break the freaking norms. That's what we need to see. That's what we need out there. For the record, like really short hair, I don't like on anybody. Don't tell anybody I said that. But in terms of like my opinion on like looks, the super duper short hair kind of look on anybody, I don't like it. Quite frankly, is the thing. But that's just that's my opinion. I mean, I'm the kind of person that my personal preference is like long hair, no matter what. I don't freaking care what your gender is. My my favorite look for your hair is probably gonna be best if it's long. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because I have it, and like that's then naturally what my mind like likes the most because it's similar to me or something. I don't know if it's like a weird psychological thing, but for whatever reason, I've just like always liked long hair the most. Is the thing. But yeah, like having hair long in video games as your avatar. Yeah, avatar's longer hair than your IRL self. Long hair is cool and you're sad you can't grow it. Yeah, I never thought my hair would get this long, like ever. It just kind of happened, I guess. And the few times I'd actually go and get it cut, the freaking hairdressers would always be like super excited to like work on hair like mine, because I mean, usually, unfortunately, because long hair on guys isn't like super duper commonplace, it's very easy to get like negatively stereotyped as like just like a stoner or something like that. Like a lot of people look at a guy where having long hair is like, oh, if a guy has long hair, that just means that he doesn't care enough to take care of it. When that's not even close to the truth in my case. I freaking take care of this every single day. I work my butt off. Look how shiny it is. I freaking take so crazy care of this, and it's a lot of work. It really does take a lot of work, but I freaking love it. This, on the other hand, I've been taking a decent bit of care of, but I don't know if this is gonna be sticking around. So this is now this is now longer than it's ever been. I don't know if I'm keeping this. I keep saying that I'm gonna like shave it off soon. I'll keep it a little bit into our mystery dungeon stuff, but like I don't know how I feel about the mustache. I still think I like the feel of my face better without a mustache, but like now I've gotten used to having one. And like I've been growing this out since a little bit before November, and it's now what, January 15th apparently. So, you know, I've been growing this out for a good while now, and maybe that's where part of the motivation for like growing out my hair super long came from. It's like the same kind of idea as the mustache, where it's like, you don't want that work to go to waste now. I might just take it off, but I don't know. I don't know here. Boop-a-dip-bop. There's that. No, let's see here. Female trainer always has way cooler options. Game Freak just doesn't know how to visualize different types of men. Honestly, yeah, that's how I feel. The freaking, like, when I did freaking Sword and Shield on the channel, like, I did both Sword and Shield. I did a playthrough of each of them, and I did, like, Shield as the male trainer and Sword as the female trainer. And I much preferred playing as a female trainer. She had, like, such better customization options. Like, I had a long hair option that was, like, maybe down to, like, here, or something like that on the male trainer, when my actual hair looks like this, you know. Also, I could, if you, oh, let's just kill the criminals real quick. To better visualize it, I could always let it down. I haven't let it down in like a little while. I know that some people mention on stream sometimes that they don't realize how long my hair actually is when it's tied up like that so much of the time. So I'll just take out like my hair ties. This is this is the full glory here. This is what this is. It is very shiny. I'm very proud of my hair. Freaking, if anybody could give me like any possible compliment about the way that I look, the one that I would freaking love the most is about the hair. Honestly. Wow. Freaking, but loose hair is getting in the face is a little bit annoying when it's not tied back like that. So there we go. There, or before I put on my headphones, there's that. So I wish that I could have something like this when it comes to who's fighting me? What the hell? What? No! My goodness gracious, I appreciate it, Shara. But yeah, when I mentioned that, I meant more so if, if something like that ever happens while out in the world and living life, that's the thing, Rob, that I'm most flattered by. You mistake your hair for part of your scarf. Alright, boopity bop. It gives me some cushioning between, like, my headphones as well, in a way. But yeah, freaking Sword and Shield, the female trainer customization options are so dang good. The male trainer options are freaking lame, in my opinion. Like, the long hair option that's, like, down to there is, like, alright-ish, I guess. But, like, come on. But in Sword and Shield and a lot of other video games, like, I'll much prefer playing the female character over the male character. A lot of the time because of the hair options, honestly. Yeah, maybe these guys have issues with me talking about my hair. How are you doing today, Hawks? They're all just jealous they can't freaking grow it out and take care of it like I do mine. Anyway, let's see here. I'll just, I'll read the other stuff that I missed here. Hair decided to be really thick and gem haircutter's tools instead of being long. Oh no. Conclusion is false. If you have long hair, you have to take more care of it than if you have shorter hair. Yeah, like, everybody looks at freaking long-haired guys like, oh, he just grew it out because he doesn't care enough to, like, cut it and look like a presentable man or something like that. Wow, that was so dang off. She's been pretty alrighty. Oh, we've been having a discussion about the ways genders are portrayed, which, you know, it doesn't matter what you say. If you're talking about that subject, no matter what you say, if the wrong person is listening, you will get canceled on Twitter for it, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Doing great, just relaxing. That's good to hear. How'd your Borderlands stream go earlier? I'm just gonna do this real quick. Let's just see here. But yeah, a guy fighting you probably hates long hair. Yeah, probably. A man with long hair, it's not allowed. But yeah, funny thing about your hair is that it gets so thick it waterproofs your head. But yeah, I hate this lockpick system just by watching it. This is technically a level 3 lock while my skill is at level 2, but I can't actually get level 3 until I progress the story, so like, here we go. There's a thing here. You already cancel having a big up Pokemon, so it can't get much worse. This is true. This is definitely true. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm actually gonna fail this. Okay. Oh, so close. Okay. I have 2 lockpicks left. Oh, right on the edge! Oh, heck yeah. Oh, sweet. Sweet! But yeah, when it comes to, like, the whole freaking gender debate, I also feel like there wouldn't be as many people that feel the need to identify themselves differently if our society wasn't, like, so ingrained within, this is the custom behavior for this gender and this is the custom behavior for this gender. Like, if you're a guy, you're supposed to have short hair and behave, like, all manly and stuff like that. And if you're a female, you should have, like, longer hair and be, like, more caring, more delicate, stuff like that. Like, all these freaking customs that are, like, assigned to these different genders that I feel like, you know, our society is gradually outgrowing, but is still, like, a very ingrained part of our world in a way. Like, I feel like there wouldn't be as many people that feel the need to identify differently if there weren't, like, so many customs about, like, you're expected to be this way if you're of a certain gender, you know? Is what I feel like. And I feel like our society could be a lot better at, you know, not being so much like that, where you should be expected to be this way if you're of a certain gender, you know? Like, you're allowed to look like this if you're this gender, but you're not allowed to if you're the other. You're allowed to wear this if you're this gender, but you're not allowed to if you're the other, you know? Stuff like that. You know what? I might just freaking... Oh, come on! Gosh darn it. Yeah, I feel like freaking gender identity from society, I don't know if that's a thing that's, like, ever going to be, like, you know, gone from society. I don't know. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, there are going to be, like, physical differences. Is the thing. Anybody that says freaking men and women are the same, they're not. That's why there's two different freaking categories, because we're literally biologically different. But, you know, the idea that, like, there are these norms for the way that they should behave in society because of what gender you are, I feel like is a bit silly, and hopefully something that our society continues to grow out of, but I don't know if it will anytime soon, you know? But yeah. As a man, you're not allowed to wear a skirt unless you're Scottish, then you may. Yeah, stuff like that. Where freaking anybody that, like, acts out of that is going to get, like, funny looks and be treated like an outcast. Like, I would be lying if I said that if, you know, I saw a man in public wearing a skirt, I wouldn't think that weird and be like, huh, that's strange. Because, you know, it's been so ingrained into my mind with the freaking society that I grew up in that that's, like, not normal behavior for a man. Like, if I really thought about it, it'd be like, is it really right for me to think that it's weird when, you know, anybody can wear whatever the heck they want, and why is someone allowed to if they're of a certain gender but not the other? But, you know, this idea in my head of, like, the standards that society has, like, put into my head, it's hard to get away from that. It's not the kind of thing that you can just you know, flip a switch and then all of a sudden, like, everything is suddenly, like, socially acceptable for anyone to do, because it's become, like, so standard in our society for things to be the way they are, I guess. It's a weird freaking thingamabob, isn't it? But yeah, let's just see here. I know Borderlands went great, can't complain. Well, that's good to hear. And standardized gender roles have not really helped society. Yeah. Someone tells me men don't cry, you will somehow make yourself cry on the spot out of spite. Yeah, freaking stuff like that, where it's like, if you're a guy, you have to be, like, super hard and no one's allowed to, like, say, my ass! Anyway, things with the bed where it's like, oh, if you're a man, you're supposed to be, like, tough. You're not allowed to cry and show emotions. Like freaking, if you have personal problems in your life, freaking suck it up. The whole freaking notion of be a man. It's so dumb. Do I want to do an investigation right now? Maybe I don't. This isn't the time for hot chocolate to die for. No, I changed my mind. For the title of it alone, I want to do this murder mystery now. Yeah, solve the dinner party murder. Heck yeah. One cannot change how they feel, but one can change their own biases as irrational, which is an important milestone. Yeah, it definitely is, but it's really hard to do that. My doggy's twitching in her sleep now, but it's really hard to, like, change one's perspective towards seeing that. Like, as I was saying before, with, like, the as an example, the idea of like a man wearing a skirt. Again, I feel like if I saw in public a man wearing a skirt, it would be hard for my mind to not just be like, huh, that's strange, even though, you know, I would morally, like deep down morally, I'd be like, hey, anybody should be able to wear like whatever the heck they want, regardless of gender and whether it's like men's or women's clothes or whatever the heck. But it's so easy, like growing up in this like world around me that's like indoctrinated into like this is the standard for this and this is the standard for this, to you know, just follow that way of thinking that I was like grown up around, even if it is wrong, you know, if that makes sense. But yeah, my dad does not care if he wears high heels when he pleases, even though it looks super uncomfortable. And your mom and you have no idea why he likes wearing them, but he does. Your dad is awesome. Something a bit different there. When it comes to high heels, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't like them. When it comes to clothing, I don't like them. Is the thing. Like, I know that they're like such a standard thingamabob within our world, like a standard beauty thing for like seeming taller and stuff like that. I just don't like them. I don't know, but I just don't. Hello, Luigi time. How are you doing today? Happy New Year, by the way. So woman Valerie Duclos in her 40s, extremely well dressed in the old fashion of the monarchy, face contorted into a horrible expression, no indication of physical violence. Hot chocolate to die for. Find the murderer, huh? Like the shoes that I wear are technically ones that increase my height slightly. I wear hiking boots. I like them for the grip. I like the you know, how built up they are. They're freaking heavy duty shoes that I know can freaking get me where I need to be. And they have like, I don't know, maybe that much height to them with the freaking, you know, all the rubber that's at the bottom and how much freaking grip they have. But, you know, I don't necessarily wear them for the height. Was Unity the PS3, Xbox 360, or the PS4, Xbox One game? It was the PS4, Xbox One game. So this released on the same day as Assassin's Creed Rogue, and Assassin's Creed Rogue was the PS3 360 game. Is what it was.
This is a private tragedy.
I'm solving the murder!
You must know. I'm Amélie Mauvoisin. This was my elder sister, Valérie Duclos. I refuse to believe that Georges poisoned her, even after what she said. Valérie and I were quite close, but I must say, she was simply dreadful the entire evening, drinking too much, insulting everyone. The worst was when she announced she planned to denounce Georges to the Committee of Public Safety.
Okay, interesting. This will absurd how the exact same clothes cost more if they have the label for women on there. So why many women buy their clothes in the men's area, because they're almost the same, just labeled differently. This I did not know, actually. That is really, really dumb. What? I don't know why there's a thing above here. Maybe it's just like the center of this area or something like that. Yeah, that is really silly. I guess everyone wants to try to make more profit somehow, I guess. Flower garden. A maintained garden with various flowers. Foxgloves, belladonna, and others that are fatal when ingested. Did you eat the flowers that you weren't supposed to? Yeah, freaking that too. Like, freaking, there's the whole thing, Bob, of like, you know, women's clothes not having like the best of pockets and whatnot. Like, I've heard from people that, you know, it's just like the most shallow pocket that like barely fits anything. Whereas, you know, the stuff that I wear, I've got freaking pockets that go to Narnia, you know? Like, when I'm going out and about, in like my right pocket, I'll have my phone, I'll have my wireless headphones, in my left pocket, I'll have my wallet and my keys. I've literally got like two major things in like each pocket when I'm going out and about. And it's great, you know? And yeah, and that's probably why it is why clothing for women has like way less pockets, is because they're just like, oh, that's how we sell them handbags and whatnot, all to sell more other stuff or whatever the heck. Garden ring. Woman's ring discarded in shrubbery. Upon close inspection, one pearl is revealed to be a removable stopper for a tiny hidden vial. Vial is empty save for a drop of sticky, clear, odorous liquid. Yeah, I would never, I don't think I'd ever use a handbag. I use a messenger bag sometimes. Is it in that pile of stuff over there, I wonder? I have my laptop bag over there. I still have my freaking Jenga tower of binders over there from, like, work from home stuff that I have. I wonder if my messenger bag is here. I do use a messenger bag sometimes. I know is it here? Hold on, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this it? Oh, here's my messenger bag. Heck yeah. Remember when Club Nintendo was a thing? Remember when you actually got to you know, redeem your freaking Nintendo Gold points for actual cool things instead of like, you know, a handful of pennies and that's it? Remember when Club Nintendo was actually cool? Well, one of the last things that I got was, hold on, let me just like full cam this, is I got my freaking Majora's Mask messenger bag from Club Nintendo, as you can see there. So from time to time when I'm exploring about, if I have like a decent few things to carry, I'll just sling my messenger bag over my shoulder like that and have it at my side. I'll just have like everything I need in my freaking Majora's Mask messenger bag. And that's how I take things around. Like usually most of the time anything that I'm carrying is usually my pockets will be good enough either in here or like my freaking winter jacket has like really nice inside pockets that hold so much stuff. But if I need to carry like, you know, a water bottle, some heavier stuff, maybe like a lunch or something like that, or like some technical equipment, I'll freaking just put it in my messenger bag. I love my messenger bag. I'll just put it back over there as well. I'll do. My messenger bag is where it's at. I love that thing. Thing's great. But yeah, remember when you could actually gather points without them expiring in 6 months? Yeah, that too. But yeah, sell handbags 100%. Mom uses a small backpack instead of a handbag. Yeah, that probably holds like way more stuff anyway. It's probably way better. Yeah, I'm just happy with my freaking messenger bag. That or my laptop bag if I'm taking like a laptop around and like other things. This is what I also sometimes do. Laptop bag or messenger bag. Garden overturned cup, porcelain cup with Japanese style design appears to have held hot chocolate. Never play Assassin's Creed, you plan to? Is definitely pretty fun. If I could recommend any game in the series, it'd be freaking Black Flag, 100%. Hot chocolate, die for. So let's see here. There are various flowers, foxglows, belladonna, and others that are fatal when ingested. Porcelain cup appears to have held hot chocolate. One's ring discarded shrubbery. One pearl is revealed to have been a removable stopper for a tiny hidden vial. Vial is empty, save for a drop of sticky, clear, odorous liquid poison, huh? Let's see here. Okay. Is this the only person I can accuse, though? Is there anyone else I can accuse? It's a pretty easy murder if there's only one person I can accuse. There's no way. What's the point of it then if there's only one person you can even accuse? There's no way.
If you must know, I am Amélie Mauvoisin. This was my elder sister, Valérie Duclos.
There's only one person here I can accuse. Accusing the wrong...
Even after what she said.
The judge has poisoned her. Is there like some other place on the map that I can go to for this investigation? I don't see anyone else. How dare someone poison the drink, the holy drink known as hot chocolate is a sacred beverage. It is a sacred beverage, isn't it? Unbelievable. And this is the only person I can accuse, so like... So it has to be her? I don't see the motive. I don't see like basically anything up... Oh, clue locations visited. Okay. Okay, so now it's gonna show me other things, right? But I don't see any other clue locations on the map. When I exit here? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe the other thingamabobs will appear on the map later. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome back, Adma. You're drinking hot cocoa? Are you drinking like freaking hot chocolate? Because we're trying to solve a murder here of someone who was poisoned with a glass of hot chocolate. Is the thing. Is quite literally what we're doing right at this very moment in the game. But yeah, plot twist. It was suicide and the game wants to prank you. I wouldn't be surprised. It says there's other locations to visit, but I don't see them on the map. I do not see them at all. But yeah, in terms of freaking taking stuff point A to point B, either my bazillion pockets are the way to go. If that's not good enough, then messenger bag. If that's not good enough, then laptop bag. If that's not good enough, then backpack. That's the way that it goes. And if that's not good enough, then my freaking car, I guess. I guess that's the way the order of things goes there. Player 13 of 25 crowd events. I guess I'll get this chest over here first. But yeah, how dare they honestly be that person to be like, oh, he made me hot chocolate, thank you. You know, them until you stopped caring. What if you were freaking poisoned with that and whatnot? Oh, this was the one place that we were at like earlier for that one mission, right? So there's a chest like down here, it seems. Somewhere inside. Somewhere inside here, it would seem. But yeah, when it comes to like the whole is it behind this? Hold on, I'm just gonna mark this one really quickly, methinks. When it comes to the whole freaking situation with like the way gender is portrayed in society and what is the point of this door if that's open there? Like other freaking notes about this subject here. When it comes to you know, people wanting to be a certain way, like for the way that it is for me, like for my own like personal situation, I guess. Like I really don't care myself either way. Like if there was a freaking Thanos figure that came and freaking snapped half the population to change their sex on the spot, I probably wouldn't care too much either way. I'm fine being a guy, but if something like that came up and it was just like, oh, guess what, switcheroo, I'd probably be like, fine, that's life now. I'm probably not gonna make the effort to go back. Like, I'm just the kind of person that goes with the flow as long as I can just, like, you know, be the way that I want to be with, like, freaking hair, a scarf, a nice hoodie, stuff like that, you know? That's the way that I am, essentially. Gosh dang it, this is a freaking threefer. Can I do I'll do this really quickly. Just wanted to throw that into the ring. Like, I get that some people do want to, you know, be different than their current way, and that is completely fine. Live your life the way that you want to. But for like my personal, the way that is for me personally, I don't care too much myself. is the thing. But yeah, let's see here. Interesting tidbit: Ubisoft originally wanted to make the protagonist of Odyssey female only, but thought that men wouldn't play the game. I heard about that. I don't understand it. Freaking men love playing as women in video games. I don't know what Ubisoft doesn't understand there. Gosh darn it. Well, you would check yourself out before doing anything else, give you to me and be like, how long you got it. That's true. I mean, to be fair, if there was like a Thanos figure that did something like that, literally anybody that freaking switched through, let's face it, that would be the first thought on anybody's mind. Confirmed Harmonia is the person to drink tea as the masses panic. Honestly, I'd just be like, this is life now, I guess, like, whatever. Like, I wouldn't care particularly either way. Like, if I was born differently, I feel like I'd probably still be the same person, is the way that I feel. Maybe I wouldn't be, who knows? There's no way to know, but... Dang it! But I feel like that doesn't really play a whole lot into who I feel I am. I know that does for some people, and all power to them, but it doesn't for me personally. Literally the "this is fine" meme. Stop! Why did you save after I break my lockpicks? Aha! But yeah, I did hear about that situation with Odyssey, and I really think that there should be more female leads in games. I feel like there's a whole lot of like games and game developers out there that are so used to like male being the center and be like, oh, let's play it safe with that. I feel like there's a lot of game developers that are like scared that if they go with a female lead, that people will judge them being like, oh my goodness, you just went with like a female lead because you want like the brownie points for a, you know, an over-sexualized lead or something like that. Well, if you go down the path of, you know, styling it that way, I guess, or something like that. But there just straight up isn't enough female leads in like media at all in general. Hold on, let's see if I can get this. Aha! I'm getting better at it. But yeah, by all Game Freak did wrong, being able to choose your gender is a really overlooked feature they implemented really early. This is true. Like, and one of the really interesting things about freaking portraying gender in video games, this was a whole freaking mini unit that we had in our use of history in video games class. And one of the things that we talked about is, what does it portray as the norm in games that, well, first of all, what do games portray as the norm through, like, games en masse that, for the most part, show, like, male leads and whatnot. But you know, in games where you do have a custom character creator, what do they portray as the norm in that? Like, if you can choose to play as a male or female character, what is considered the norm? What does it show you first? Like, in my use of history in video games essay that I did on the channel, the clip example that I used when I briefly talked about this was Fallout 4, where when you bring up the custom character creator, you're first playing as the male that you can customize. There's an option to switch to the female character from there, but who you're playing as at the very beginning of the game is the male character, and it's an option. It's a button that you have to click to switch to the female character. What kind of arguments is that making by having the male character as the norm and the female character as the option that you switch to? I feel like games that have like both options side by side handle things much better. Like Pokemon often does that. Pokemon will very often have both options be like side by side. Like there isn't one option that's like in the front, like in your face. This is the standard, but here's the other option, by the way. Pokemon's a good example of like having both side by side where it's like these are on equal footing, as opposed to like a lot of other games where it's like here's the male character in your face, but you can select like a menu option, I guess, if you want to switch to the female character, you know. But yeah, let's see here. Like Dark Souls, your gender has no meaning. You will die all the same. Dark Souls is fair. Hits all races and genders equally. I saw this one meme on Twitter semi-recently where it said like most video games, male character. And it showed like this super gruff dude with like this heavy armor and like a super massive sword and stuff like that. Female character in armor. And it shows like this super scantily clad female character with like, you know, lots of skin exposed all over the place and a lot finer weapons. And it shows like Dark Souls, male character, female character, and they look like the exact same heavily armored knight. Like when we did the Dark Souls trilogy on this channel, we did it like very evenly. Like we did Dark Souls 1 as the male character, and then Dark Souls 2, we did the first half as the male character and the second half as the female character, and then Dark Souls 3 we did as the female character. So we got like almost the perfect 50-50. But when I was playing Dark Souls 3 as the female character, you literally just can't tell. Like, especially with all the armor that I had on, I think I had like the Fallen Knight armor set on or something like that. You literally just can't even tell. Like, you could go into like the menu settings and like see. Honestly, talking about Dark Souls, I thought I was playing Dark Souls for a second with this setting. I was getting ready to attack this guy because I thought he was like a Dark Souls monster that I was gonna have to kill. I had it in my head for like a brief second there that I was playing Dark Souls for whatever reason. My goodness gracious. But yeah, so you like that tweet? I thought it was pretty good. I don't know where these other investigation zones are. I don't see any other magnifying glasses like anywhere on the map, so I don't know what the hell this game is talking about right now, quite frankly. I'm gonna go do a fistful of duelers, I guess, or something. I guess. But yeah, and Game Freak actually wanted to implement a gender option in Red Blue, but couldn't due to technical difficulties. Not sure if that might be a reason why the game appeals to many women, but it's perhaps a factor. I think I heard about that. I don't know if I ever heard about people attributing it as like a potential appeal, but I believe I did hear about that. But yeah, in anime, the skippier the outfit, the more overpowered you get. That's how it works. Another thing, Bob, where it's like the different ways that freaking media portrays men and women differently. Why can't we have equality? Why can't we have more overpowered, scantily clad men? Seriously. That's what the media industry seriously needs. Like, jeez, you know. that's what we honestly need to see. That's what the world needs. But when the world needed the scantily clad, overpowered men, it was like the Avatar and they vanished. Gosh darn it! Oh man. Dark Souls is my Vietnam, it really is. Dark Souls PTSD. But yeah, and when it comes to Dark Souls, there are some scantily clad armor for females, but it's like one or two outfits. Just a couple of the mix. I actually really like the look of the Fallen Knight armor when I was playing Dark Souls 3. Because it was like good armor, and it also looked good. It also looked cool. I really liked the Fallen Knight armor set. It was pretty darn cool. You might find these men in Greek literature. This is true. That might well be the case. Was it? I remember being here. Was this a mission I accepted once? I don't remember. Fistful of duelers. Sure. I don't know why I'm crouching right now. Defeat a series of accomplished duelers. Didn't I accept this at one time? I don't remember.
Master swordsman, diplomat, and sometimes spy.
Are you
Do not be confused by my attire. I simply prefer to clothe myself in female garb.
We were just talking about this.
Confusing.
You are an assassin.
We were just talking about this stream. It throws me off a little bit at first, but hey, all the power to you.
Test your acumen. Challenge each of
It is normal for my mind to at first be like, wait, what, really?
Don't step on my
But then after a few moments for it to sink in, it's like, okay, I get it now. You do you, all the power to you. Isn't it like 4 a.m. in Canada now? It's 3 a.m. here. I'm in the mountain time zone. I'm sure it's 4 a.m. somewhere in Canada. I'm sure it's a whole lot of times in different places in Canada. Are they actually not fighting me? Okay, well, they are. Fight the duelers. Is it going to be like that investigation where they're just, like, not marked on the map? Or what? I don't want him shooting me. I'd rather use a smoke bomb than a medicine. Because I wouldn't be able to get over to him in time there. Is the thing. Yeah, we wound up going on in Assassin's Creed Unity a bit longer than expected here and going down a very interesting line of conversation, which, again, this entire line of conversation, the wrong person freaking sees this line of thought. There would probably be countless people who would cancel me on Twitter for things I've said today. I'm sure there definitely would be. But yeah. Smackaroo. I'm just the kind of person that's like, let everyone be happy. Let everyone be happy as long as you're not like freaking infringing on like, you know, other people's happiness or, you know, doing something that's like making other people have to change so drastically for the sake of one's own happiness, you know? I'm just the person that's freaking let everyone be happy, you know? is my kind of perspective and whatnot. But yeah, have you seen the cool advice from the Dark Souls meme where it talks about age and gender being only cosmetic and does not affect ability? Everyone has imperfections, prejudice, births, malcontents. Become a dark spirit, time for crap. Sounds faintly familiar. It's your favorite Dark Souls meme. Starts wholesome, but then goes into absurdity. Well, it's advice that a lot of people could definitely learn from. Ascend to crab. Hi, Silly Doggy. Oh my goodness, you have a lot of health, don't you? You have a whole lot of health here. Could I just smoke bomb him during the duel? Nah, I won't. Oh, big stretch from the doggy. Oh, sweet, I'm the freaking champion. We are the champions. At least this one has the objectives marked on the map, unlike the freaking hot chocolate murder that didn't have its thing marked on the map. She might potentially want to go to bed. It is getting pretty late here. Is the thing. Hi. How you doing? I don't know why I'm crouching here now.
A duelist,
Yeah, and I duel with a freaking rifle.
This man will judge the hits. I have an appointment presently.
Who is it?
Time.
Who is it?
Patriots, die!
Oh, kill? What? I think our friendly duel might have got a little bit out of hand. And I think, well, he freaking collapsed and died from the shock of me drawing my weapon. It didn't show red on him, which implied that I couldn't kill him. So I tried to cancel. I hit the cancel button, and he passed over and died, and then Arno fired. I am so confused. Yeah, he killed himself. But was I even supposed to kill him? I thought I'm just supposed to, like, have friendly duels with these guys or something.
Duel you? Preposterous. Oh, very well.
I will oversee the contest. He who draws first blood wins.
Use a bit of practice.
I drew first blood! He who draws first blood wins. Yeah, right. Also, this guy who could use a bit of practice immediately gets shot in the gut.
Yield.
Cease! The fight is over!
You've been shot in the gut, my guy. What is this, the Black Knight from Monty Python? Oh my goodness, it is. Oh, man. But yeah. That's going in the funny moments of Michael Rose is saying keel over and die. Probably. Keel over and die. I edited that freaking sound effect in once for the final episode of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Is the thing. I don't think Shuck has seen the editing I did on the final episode yet. That'll be published on the 18th, I believe it is, on Tuesday. Our finale episode. I edited in a good handful of wacky. Did I edit in the keel over and die one? I don't know if I did, but I edited in a few Michael Rosen sound effects during the freaking final boss fights. Like the, hi everybody, ow! Those kinds of things were edited in a couple times, so be on the lookout for some some editing that freaking cracked me up, at least while I was editing it. Like, while I was editing that, I needed some things to crack me up. Cause we got the freaking Roxy glitch where she just didn't leave. Our final boss fight was literally bugged to hell out. It had to be freaking cheese to beat it. So it it was a good opportunity for some wacky editing and whatnot. Did have a rifle and he had a pickaxe. It probably would have just went for suicide too.
A duel it is. I shall be your second, Alphonse.
I'll adjudicate. I was first in my class at the School of Gentlemen Cadets.
Indeed he was, and well deserved.
Take that! I shall never yield!
Stop this.
What?
Is irregular.
What?
Come on!
What?
I'll smash you!
Yep. This is a very fair duel, isn't it? Man, I'm just really good at duels. What can I say? What can I say? I'm just really good at dueling. But you thought the highway clip was Tom Holland, not Michael Rosen? Is there a bit where... I don't think I have any Tom Holland clips at all. I recently got a freaking Tobey Maguire sound effect that I used in the 10K subspecial video for the Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry clip in the 10K subspecial. When Adewale falls off the mast and like bashes off of a different mast, I edited in the sound effect of Tobey Maguire bashing off the car and then going, "My back!" That was a thing that I edited in. I don't know if anybody noticed that in that video, but that was a thing that I did, because it amused me.
As a final test, you must match yourself against the best.
You?
I'll adjudicate.
I am one of Europe's greatest swordsmen. Or swordswomen, for that matter.
Mission failed! No!
I am the Chevalier. Master swordsman,
No!
diplomat.
Gosh darn it!
Do not be confused by my attire. I simply prefer to clothe myself in female garb. It is a little confusing.
Why did it fail me for this one, but none of the others for doing that?
You can help me, but first, I'd like to ensure that you're the man.
Gosh darn it. Anyway, you take care, Adama.
We'll test your acumen.
I do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out.
Blood. And watch it.
Oh man. Oh, I can't believe that. I also can't believe that this is the mission that we got right after our freaking dedicated gender discussion.
But of course, my friend, a duel it is.
Oh man, literally Harrison Ford shooting the guy in Indiana Jones with a freaking legendary clip. I still can't believe that that was a thing that happened because Harrison Ford was like super sick that day and just asked the director, can I just like not fight him? Can I just shoot him? And then it resulted in that legendary clip.
Stop. A hit. Well fought.
To a hit, I think I got a lot of hits. Oh man. I can't believe this. So I can shoot literally anybody else in the head, but not her or him. I think they identify as her. Most likely, probably. I don't know. Maybe they're just a guy that likes to dress like that.
My. A duelist, are we?
I won't judge.
How amusing. This man will
Oh, there's
judge
a
the hits.
there's a chest
I
over
have
there.
an appointment
Yeah,
presently.
maybe I won't headshot Dudos anymore. But yeah, yeah, it's I do think it's really funny how he just asked, can I shoot him instead? And I thought I could just shoot them all in this duel. I can shoot a lot of them.
Leave me alone.
Enough as I hit him one more time. Oh man. My goodness gracious. So that's a twofer, so freaking easy peasy then. Oh, hi. Can I shoot him, please? Whoa! I shot backwards! Freaking reverse rifle? What the hell was that? What? And this game isn't Dark Souls, headshot females is bad. But I guess that's what it is or something.
No, no, there's no.
Time to die. I freaking aimed the rifle the wrong way and shot. What is this, my final boss fight of Breath of the Wild? Anybody that's seen episode 100 of Breath of the Wild will understand what I mean. If you haven't, you'll be so confused. Go tune into episode 100 of my Breath of the Wild series if you want an idea of what aiming the wrong direction completely but still shooting a completely different way looks like. Lucky Luke's skill. I was like, anybody ever seen the freaking animated Johnny Depp movie Rango? I don't remember what year it came out, but I remember it came out on March 4th, my birthday one year. And I remember watching it in theaters there. It was like a freaking clip from Rango where it's like all he needs is one bullet. Or like he tells the story of how he killed like all the whatever the heck brothers. Whereas like the bullet ricocheted off the shovel and hit the second guy. That's when the roof caved in and all this freaking stuff. And it's like, hold on, that was only 6 brothers. What happened to the 7th? Oh, number 7? He died of infection. 7 men, 1 bullet.
Duel you? Preposterous. Oh, very well.
I will oversee the contest. He who draws first blood wins.
I could use a bit of practice.
Well, I hit the challenger wins.
Cease. The fight is over.
There's another chest. Oh man. Why does this guy want to fight to the death so badly? I don't get it. But yeah, you see that clip where a guy cocks a shovel like a shotgun and the shotgun shell comes out? That shot reminded you of that. For some reason, I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that before. But an interesting piece of info that I recently heard that cracked me up, that someone told me recently about shovels, is that if you think about it, shovels are pretty groundbreaking technology. That's a thing I heard recently. So yeah, there's John Wick who only needs a pen. Or like a spoon or something. The John Wick movies are definitely really fun. I didn't like how the 3rd John Wick movie was literally just like the 2nd John Wick movie recycled, essentially. Was the thing. His axe is in the tree. Like, tree axe. Like, at the end of the 3rd movie, he's literally right back to the exact same point he was at the end of the 2nd movie. But yeah. Can't remove... Can I lockpick this, please? Okay, cool, thanks. I don't know why that was so delayed. Who did that button? Just gonna reset this real quick. Maybe it'll be easier. Oh yeah, that's much easier. Got 5 out of 5 lockpicks. They're distracting me. Of course, it's not an easy one anymore. Gosh darn it. Oh, here we go. There we go. Ah. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, man. It's so hard. Oh my goodness, I'm actually not gonna get this. Hold on, I'm just gonna get my lockpicks back so I can maybe do the first one with like 4 lockpicks instead of 1 there. Dude, just kill guys for mildly distracting you. I'm trying to open a chest while freaking grown McGee over here is in the middle of having an orgasm. I can't concentrate. Okay. Oh man, hold on. So playing Totally Accurate Battleground is the best BR out there. What other BR allows you to spam Boomer? Let's kill it. Wait, what? Also, I've never heard of this before, I'm sorry to say. Is it just me or is it going faster than before? Also, does the bard just not exist now? For whatever reason, I had to look down to confirm what the A button was again, because I'm used to playing with Switch controllers. Oh, now it exists. There we go. Okay. Ah, this freaking screw this. Oh, never mind, I got it. Oh, freaking easy now! Dang it! There we go, jeez. Well then. Also, it looks like the chat on this layout kind of becomes a little bit hard to read with the thingamabob when there's like text there for things like fight the duelers. Ah, well. Oh well, I guess. This layout is designed for a lot other games than this, so except mission, co-op mission not complete. It's not in progress one. I won't bother there. That's a whole lot of... How many Fs do I have? Oh my goodness, I have... Okay, well, that's pretty cool. What's this? What is this? Maybe I can't do it while I'm in the middle of the other thing? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, mayhap. What? Give me this newspaper, yoink! Okay, yeah, I gotta hop off and get to bed, have fun. Yeah, I'll probably call it a night pretty soon-ish as well. We wound up, this stream has gone on a bit longer than expected, and we wound up going through, like, some very interesting subjects. Interesting subjects that I have the potential to get canceled for. But I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Hope you have an awesome rest of the night, Mortis. Well, maybe I can get Mr. Thief over there. I'm sure this will be, like, a very long episode of Assassin's Creed Unity. Because while I usually have stuff like this in, like, shorter episodes of, like, maybe... well, quote-unquote shorter. Shorter than this, at least. Of, like, maybe half an hour each or something like that. I could see this episode being, like, an hour-long episode just to, like, encompass this whole discussion, you know? And, because we've gone through, like, a whole dedicated discussion, sometimes in our playthrough stuff, when we go through, like, a whole dedicated discussion, sometimes I'll put those into, like, the podcast playlist, because it basically becomes, like, a podcast of, like, an interesting discussion kind of thing. Like, I think the most recent time that I did this was with Tales of Arise, when we started having, like, a whole podcast-like discussion about, like, making connections and whatnot after the arguments that game made. Now I wonder if I should put this episode of Assassin's Creed Unity into the podcast playlist as, like, the freaking gender discussion. Gender and society's portrayal of gender discussion, to be more accurate. Is the thing. Smackaroo. Bastard, take that! Favorite AC episode was the one where you completely destroyed Sly 4. It was hilarious. That was one of the ones that I actually rewatched, like, not this year, but, like, sometime last year. Maybe it was while I was, like, out of town between holidays and New Year, something like that. Sometime last year, like, December-ish or something like that. I remember I freaking rewatched that one. It was, like, the one big one of my Assassin's Creed Rogue videos where I freaking went on my way to rewatch it because I wanted, like, something to watch on the side while I was doing something else. I don't remember what it was, but I remember rewatching that. Did I ever put that one in the podcast playlist? I don't know if I did. I think I was thinking about it. I might potentially do a video essay one day on freaking Sly 4. Like, that's the one video game that I hate that I've never played. Like, in most cases, I feel like, you know, to get a proper understanding of something, you should experience it yourself. Like, that's why I freaking picked up freaking Buggy Diamond / Shipped Early Pearl. Well, just Buggy Diamond, but you know what I mean. Why I picked up that game to do a review on it. So I can get, like, first-hand experience, so I can talk about how freaking awful it is and whatnot. Because, you know, people seem to care about what opinions I have on that, considering my Pokemon video essay. Despite the fact that I have people commenting all the time being like, you're not allowed to have an opinion because you paid for the game you're doing a review on. Because, yeah, that totally makes sense. So I do feel like to have a proper opinion on a game, you should, like, play it and experience it. I don't know if I can ever bring myself to play Sly 4, honestly. Like, and if I ever did, I most certainly would not put it into my freaking Sly series playlist I have on the channel. Like, I'll always have, like, a playlist for each individual playthrough done on the channel, and always, like, a playlist for, like, a whole series. So, like, there's an Assassin's Creed Unity playlist, and there's an Assassin's Creed series playlist, for example. If I ever did Sly 4, there's no way it would go into my Sly series playlist. It would just go in, like, a completely different Sly 4 playlist, and that's it. So that anybody potentially checking out the Sly Trilogy playlist will be spared out of the knowledge that Sly 4 even exists. So, again, I feel like, you know, you should experience something to have a proper opinion on it, but Sly 4 is like the one game that I can for sure say I hate without ever having played it. Playlist Sly something LARPing as Sly, honestly.
Surprised? As a final
Like,
test,
to be fair, I have heard that the gameplay of that game is pretty good, from what I've heard. I wouldn't know. I've never played it.
Swords women, for that matter.
But I do hear that the gameplay is pretty good. But oh my goodness, the freaking story. The Sly trilogy was such a perfect example of like a beginning, middle, and end. It's such a perfect example of like handling a trilogy. Like, it's not a perfect example of like, it's not a perfect story.
Man or woman.
But I'd argue it's a perfect example of a trilogy. Of like having a beginning, a middle, and end. Where the beginning is what like introduces the characters and puts them through an adventure. The beginning is what puts them through like some serious trials and tribulations and really like tests the connections with each other. And then the third entry in the trilogy is a thing that like wraps up their stories and like finishes off all three of their arcs. And you know, finishes up the entire story with like a nice little bow on top at the end, you know? Everything wrapped up really nicely. And then freaking Sly 4. I've already given the discussion during Assassin's Creed Rogue, so I'm not gonna do so again here. anybody that wants to see that, there's an episode of Assassin's Creed Rogue that is specific. I think it's straight called Why I Hate Sly 4. Or no, it's called Why Sly 4 Sucks. If anybody wants to actually see the discussion, it's freaking there. If anybody wants it. And maybe I'll do a video essay on it one day. Maybe. I feel like if I did, it'd be better to be played first, but like, I feel like maybe, you know what, I've thought about never playing Sly 4 on the channel. Part of me has thought about like maybe do it one day as a joke and to like tear it to shreds and whatnot, and to potentially have like material to use more properly in a video essay if I decide to ever properly do it. If I did like a video essay on like the Sly series as a whole, and then just, you know, be ripping Sly 4 to parts at the end, then maybe. A thought that just popped into my mind was like, what if for like some future charity event, for every charity event going forward, I just said like, I'll play Sly 4 if we fundraise for charity X amount, absurd amount that I don't think we're gonna hit. But if we do hit, then I'll play Sly 4. And then in theory, one day some charity event would hit some milestone that did that, I guess, or something like that. But you know how there's people out there that like say if X amount is donated, then I'll do X thing in a way where it's like they secretly want to do it. Do it 1st of April, maybe. But you know how there's like some people that say like, oh, donate X amount and I'll do X thing, as if they don't want to do it when the reason why they're asking is they actually secretly do. Like, I remember there was a freaking GDQ event that I was watching where somebody was speedrunning Splatoon 2's Octo expansion, and they had said like, oh, if somebody donates $100 with the comment floss, then I'll floss while it was, you know, in the middle of a cutscene where he didn't have to play and whatnot. Where, you know, it was very clear that he was asking it because he wanted to stand up and freaking Fortnite floss in the middle of GDQ. Like, it was very, very evident. If I ever set, like, a goal of, like, if X amount grand total is fundraised for charity, I'd play Sly 4, it would be an amount that I would purposefully set, expecting it not to happen, and also kind of hoping it wouldn't happen. Well, I'd be hoping for it to happen for, like, raising money for a good cause and whatnot. But hoping for it not to happen because I actually wouldn't want to do Sly 4, unlike Mr. Floss Guy from that GDQ event. If anybody knows what I'm talking about or anybody looks it up to know what I'm talking about. Like, that would not be one of those things where it's like, oh, here's a goal, can we hit it? But I actually secretly want it to be hit and totally expect it to be hit. No, it would have to be like some absurd amount. So, who knows, maybe. Templar ambush. Elise is about to walk into a Templar ambush, find her and warn her of their treachery. We got Taylor Medieval Hood. Oh, sweet, let's get it. I have no idea what that is.